Hey, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. Once again out here covering some lacrosse today. They just took their morning break, which is a time to, it's in the 90s already today. It's pretty warm considering it's only, what is it, 9:30 in the morning. So another hot one covering this stuff all day. So I thought I would just check in. Probably not going to be many videos today. I think we're going to stick straight with stills, maybe a couple of short ones with an iPhone or something like that, but mostly just going to be stills today. Out here with we started with the 850 and the 70-200, the D500 with an 18 to 140, and just to mix it up, now we switched to the Z9 with the 400-4.5 S-mount lens. So that's probably what we're going to stick with the rest of the day. We may try that Sirui Sirui tripod that I just recently bought out, and just I don't usually use the tripod for stills, but I may today just to check it out and see how well that works. And hey, sorry about all the lacrosse lately. It's just kind of, this channel is kind of dictated by what I cover and what the client of the week is or client of the month. And so far this summer it's been a lot of lacrosse. We had some motor car racing excuse me, we had some road races. So whatever pays the bills is what we cover, so it kind of dictates the coverage. And right now we're pretty heavy on lacrosse. Got some more lacrosse later this week. Back in Rhode Island, a different state. Right now we're in Connecticut covering Lacrosse Masters. So that's about it. And any questions or concerns, or not concerns, but any questions about what's going on? The light's pretty nasty here today. It's bright, sunny, lots of shadows. So I actually prefer to shoot into the sun because the sun is just way too unpredictable otherwise. And you know, they're backlit, but if you expose them correctly, it works out well. And otherwise, if you, I mean, you can put your back to the sun, that works too, but if they turn to the side, a lot of times your face will be completely in shadows, so that doesn't really work. So just battling the sun. Boy, we'd like it nice. It's amazing how when you're shooting all day, you can see how the light changes throughout the day. Like right now it's bright and sunny and the light has a certain look, but last week when I was doing the same thing at the same place here, the light was, it was sunny in the morning, and then it just kind of like got overcast, and the light was just perfect, just like nice overcast light. The images popped, and sunny days, whew, boy, they have their challenges, that's for sure. So we prefer a nice overcast bright day. I even prefer rain and snow, I think, to bright sunshine, because it's such a challenge with faces. I mean, especially boys lacrosse when they're wearing helmets and you can't see their faces really well. I mean, girls, they wear just the goggles, which the funny thing about the goggles that the girls wear is it always blocks their eyes. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of wearing safety goggles, but it's amazing. You can rarely see their eyes because it's just the angle that you're at or they're at, or they're just, I don't know how they can see out of their goggles, but the boys wear the full helmets, so therefore you can't really see their faces well depending how the light is. But so just a photography channel, live photography channel. It's kind of like, it's not really a show, and it's more of a show and tell than it is a how-to channel, but certainly if you ask, or I'll try and list the equipment I use when I think about it. But for a guy who never owned any tripods, this year I've bought 3 tripods in like 2 months, and I'm trying to figure out which one I like the best, and I've gone like tripod crazy. I've always been a monopod person, and my tripods have always been garbage. But this year I went to the, well, B&H, they have my number. You know, B&H Photo has these sales, and you check their daily deals, and you're like, yeah, I'll buy a tripod that's $300 off. That's only 150 bucks. Or that Sirui monopod, which is normally like $3 something, was like $1.25. The tripod I recently bought was like $200 off, so it was like 100 bucks. I think it was $97 plus tax and shipping. I mean, how can you refuse buying a decent tripod for that kind of money? You really can't. So these sales have my number. All right, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop talking, and we'll probably do probably do a short video or two, maybe with the iPhone. Maybe we'll do some Z9 videos depending on the mood I'm in, and then we'll just run a slideshow at the end of this lacrosse camp for boys. And let's hope it cools down, because I may not have brought enough water today. So I'm already gone through 2 waters, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. So, all right, thanks for watching, and any questions, leave them in the comments below, and anything you want to know answers to, just ask away. All right, thanks again for the support. Thanks for watching.
Critical, and Coach talked about earlier as well, the deception. right? I mean, defenses are so good, but sometimes they're trying to take away that first option or where your eyes are with the with sticks in the lanes, that sort of thing. So if I can show like I'm going to shoot and make that look, or if I look someone off and take the shot, it's going to give you an advantage. Okay, good job, man.
Guys, can you just do a quick ball hunt for us and everyone put on white and go to the middle? All right, quick. Let's grab the balls.
Have them flip over to white. All right, for me. Yeah, offensive guys in white. We'll get started here. I'm Coach Melissa from Stevens. I'm going to put in a quick drill here, 54 half-field drill to get reps. The only thing I ask you guys to do as I was watching a little bit of your warm-ups is kind of attack this stuff. Like if, it's going to be okay if the ball gets dropped. It's going to be okay if you miss a first-time ground ball. But, the one thing that coaches, this is just kind of older guy advice I'm giving you. The one thing that coaches want to see is how you recover from these mistakes. Hey, listen, this sport's built on mistakes. That's why we ride. That's why we chase out shots. That's why we pick up ground balls. Okay, that's why we clear. It's a game of mistakes. But it's really big. And as I'm watching some guys going through some motions here, ball's going out of bounds, you're letting it roll out of bounds. We want to see guys that are competing in every second of their reps. Okay, so if you drop a pass, no big deal. Just chase it down like it's the biggest ground ball of your life, and just kind of approach it this way. We're going to do this 54 half field to start. We'll do it one end. We'll see how it looks as far as numbers go, and then if we need to split up to two ends, we will. But I think this way everybody gets a rep and you're fresh when you go into reps. So I'll set this up here. As far as offense and what you want to do, I was watching your shooting stuff. Like, I think that type of movement, pass down, pick down, and then maybe some backside movement is great. We want to move the ball, you'll have the extra man. It'll be a 5-on-4. Defensively, same deal as you guys are going through your drills of opening up, sticking a lane, okay, breaking down, linebacker position, all that good stuff. I think all those things, kind of put those dynamics together, we're in really good shape. So I'm enjoying kind of watching you guys do this. It's something we do a couple times a week. We do a pregame as well. We put it in, pretty fairly simple, and I'll explain it. So right now I need a goalie in, okay? I'm going to need 3 defensemen in. I'm going to need 3 attackmen in. I need the goalies that are in on one sideline. I need the defensemen that are in on the other sideline. I need all the middies, long stick middies up here.
Foot down and just still see inside. So that's how you want to think of your posture. Good stuff, Dave. You 3. Up top, center 2 more guys over. Good stuff. Good job. Hey, even if you're an LSM, come play a little down low. Need one more guy.
Just get that zone clear.
What shot do you think our goalie would rather see? A 15-yarder or a 10-yarder? Right. So we want to make them. We want them to shoot that. All right. We want them to shoot that. So when we get in, we get all the way in. Let them come to you. Guys, when you go in, those guys are already down there, right? They're like the quarterbacks. Yeah. You're gonna punch. You're running to talk to them. You're probably back to return for like a split second, right? All right, say talk to me as you're going in. Make sense? That way you're encouraging those guys to talk to you as well. Does that make sense?
Hey, Coach. When we roll the ball, are we not allowed to go to the side that we roll the ball to?
It doesn't matter. You just want to get in, get ready to stop ball. But if you say talk to me, those guys will tell you, like, does it make more sense for us to create to the backside or have you stop ball? Does that make sense? You're not automatically predicting what you're going to do every single time because you want to make it drill all over your list. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, good question.
So when you're doing this, there's a couple things, a couple ways to attack it, right? And I heard Coach saying a bunch of times, get someone on the crease. As soon as you get someone in the crease, that means all 4 of those defenders have some responsibility to that player, right? I don't think anyone's shutting that player off and rotating free. So let's try to get someone on the crease as much as possible, all right? The other part, I would tell you that when we are effective on offense, I guarantee you that the spacing is really, really good. Okay, spacing. And then that could be a guy behind, could be a guy up top, could be 2 guys, almost like 1-3-1. It could be 2 guys up top, 2 guys like goal line extended, 1 guy in the crease. It doesn't really matter your formation, but the spacing is good. The one thing that I've tried to
say over and over is get in the gaps. Because basically the team, that defense is usually in a box, right? So if you just line up like a guy in the crease and 2 middies up top and 2 attackmen up, like it's easy to defend. All right, but you know, and some of you guys are doing a good job of dragging a guy, and that's important, but trying to get that next guy in a gap, in between 2 defenders, and making that, because it's a zone, right? When you play against a zone, getting in the gaps is really important. So try to get in between 2 of those defenders. Does that make sense to you guys? Like instead of standing right next to a defensive player, getting in a gap. All right, and then what that forces them to do is communicate who's.
I should never have my hands tied up. So we have a don't get checked rule. It's a single push-up. So if I'm being lazy with my feet and he comes out and arrives on my hands as I'm moving that's what the defense wants, right? And it slows the offense down. So I have to mirror the level of danger. So let's say you're in and you're rotating up to me, right? So as I catch the ball, right, this is mirroring the level of danger. Bang, I drew him out, but I didn't get checked. That's the sweet spot, all right? That's where you want to be. So mirror the level of danger. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay.
All right, let's get back to our spots, guys. Let's get back to our spots.